The next step of web development, which is the web testing. This web testing is a process for evaluating all the conformance of a site of an agreed set of guidelines. The purpose of testing is to ensure your website is capable of operating to a minimum acceptable standard in order to meet the goals that have been set for it. In the website testing, there are many testings. One is a code testing, design testing, spelling testing, hyperlink testing, and a browser testing. The code testing, this tests the all languages conform to accepted code standards. And the design testing, this tests the all phases conform to the website's preferred layouts and design. The next one is the spelling testing. This tests that HTML and other code have been inserted in an optimal manner. The fourth one is a hyperlink testing. This tests that all the links to all documents and assets resolve correctly. For hyperlinks that you use for the linking one page to another page has to be correctly. It should not have a broken hyperlinks. It will distract the audience. And next is a browser testing. You should test the website should display correctly across all the browsers and OS. So that's the browser testing. And there are many other testings like security testing, functional testing, performance and speed testing. And next we'll move to the sixth step of the web development is web hosting. Web hosting refers to the service that allows a site to be stored on and accessed from the internet. For most organizations, there are only two options in this regard: invest in a self-made infrastructure or find an external host. This process involves the finding an address or domain to your website. Every device on the internet has a unique number called an IP address. It's attached to it. For example, like 123.456.789.012. This is an IP address for a website. It's very difficult to remember the IP address. It's a string of numbers. So a parallel system is available. That's called a domain name. You have to. This allows domain names to be created from alphabetical characters. For example, it's a domain name is simply a textual label that corresponds to a numerical IP address. For example, www.indianviralnews.com. I will just explain. Just try and understand this domain name. www. It's an interface or it's called a subdomain, but it can be different. This domain name you can put any name. You can put a TechGeeks or you can put a ViraTech, anything. It's a second level domain. This .com, it's an extension of com, is a top level domain. It can be .education, .edu, .info, .org. These top level domains, I have shown you some top level domains like .com, .org, .net, .education, .government. So these several top level domains have the used in a particular fields. .com, this was initially intended for a commercial business but may now be used for almost everything. And .edu, .edu is supposed to be educational institutions. That's particularly in USA. You have education sites in government education.edu, like that. And .go, it's for a government purpose. It's not a non-commercial. It's like you have a website with the name www.bhumi.government.in. It's a Karnataka government's website which is helpful to get the records of the lands. And .net, this was originally intended for organizations such as internet service providers but may now be used for the almost everything. And now we have .info. .info was intended for any organization that wants to publish informational content on their website. Finding a domain name is little difficult. You have to find a short name which your customers can remember it easily. You cannot find I am an indian.com. It's little difficult, so you can use a crickbuzz.com or tutorialspoint.com. These are a website which you can remember and easily browse on the internet. The next I will move to website publicity. It's a 7 steps in the web development. Now your website is now live and is hopefully on its way to fulfilling its goals. However, your website is just one several million vying for the attention of a selective and impatient audience. Standing out from the crowd needs more than just a beautiful design. It requires the support of some serious publicity. These are some online or promotional techniques, both online and offline, that can be used to promote your website. Many of these are free of charge, though they can demand a significant invest of time. Others require a monetary investment. So, now online publicity it involves choosing a short and easy to remember domain name and to use an email to inform customers about website launch or writing a letter, clear and concise content. Also, you should give us some kind of services like a newsletter so that they can subscribe and you can inform on the everyday basis like that. Then the offline publicity it encompasses a promotional activity that does not occur primarily over the internet. It includes your web address on all company stationery or literature. You can invite the printed media to review a website. So for engaging a public relations company for standard advertising, example in a printed journal or any media or any such a offline, you can go there and contact them to publish your advertisement. You can use intranet. Publicizing an intranet also helps in interacting with your customers by fostering news or notice boards or communicating with the staff. You can use a staff newspaper, regular articles in a staff newsletter. It can be useful for promoting a news applications. And you can use also daily mail if permitted. It could alert a staff content that has been added or changed on the site. Now I will move to the next and the last step of the web development, is the website review. The purpose of a review is to establish if website goals are being achieved and if not, what corrective actions is needed. SWOT analysis. This is an appraisal technique that relies on 4 categories to evaluate on an online venture. These are strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. You have to evaluate all the four spots, I mean strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats of the websites to make it a very productive website. Also, we can review the design, like architecture. Does the site structure reflect the visitors' expectation? And you can use review the content, the appropriateness of content, quality of the content, and the last is the construction. So you have to review the construction, like a code. Is code well written and structured, like that. This is the for last development process. So that's it for this video. I hope it will help you to understand the basics of web development. So don't wait more and try developing websites on your own. I have developed a couple of websites. In the next video I will show it running on my local host. So if you like this video, please share it on to your friends or on social media, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel Tech Geeks. Thank you.